12,000 years ago, an entire civilization vanished beneath the sea. They called it Atlantida, the island of light, a place of breathtaking beauty, where crystal towers touched the sky, and golden cities reflected the stars. Its people mastered energy, science, and spirit. They lived in harmony with nature, guided by wisdom older than time itself. But legends say pride crept into their hearts. They began to believe they were greater than the gods. And then, the earth rebelled. In a single night of fire and thunder, Atlantida was swallowed by the ocean, leaving only whispers of its greatness. Was it just a myth, or the memory of a world that once existed? Before Egypt, before Babylon. There was Atlantida, the crown of the ancient world. It was an age when science and spirit were one. Crystals hummed with energy, powering cities and healing the body. Golden chariots glided silently above gleaming streets. The air itself shimmered with light. Atlanteans lived for harmony, knowledge, and beauty. They drew power from the sun, the sea, and the magnetic heart of the earth. To them, energy wasn't technology, it was life itself. But as their wisdom grew, so did their pride. The more they controlled nature, the less they respected it, and the first cracks in paradise began to form. Deep beneath the shining cities of Atlantida, massive chambers pulsed with living light. At their heart stood the energy crystals, monuments of pure quartz and orichalcum, vibrating with the power of the earth itself. Atlantean scientists learned to channel that energy to heal the sick, illuminate the night. And even lift their ships into the sky. Some say the crystals could bend space and time, opening gateways between worlds. Others claim they powered the mind net, a field connecting every Atlantean thought as one. But power has a price. The crystals began to hum louder, their light growing unstable. Priests warned, do not overcharge the heart of the world. Yet the leaders refused to listen. And so, the force that made Atlantis shine was the same power that would one day destroy it. In the heart of Atlantida stood Poseida, the jewel of the ocean, a city built in perfect harmony, shaped by circles of land and sea. From above, it looked like a mandala, concentric rings of shimmering canals and shining bridges, each one pulsing with blue-white light from the crystal cores below. At its center rose the Temple of Poseidon, a tower crowned with a sphere of pure energy, its glow visible for miles across the water. Here, scholars studied the stars, artists sculpted living light, and healers sang to crystals that resonated like music. Life in Poseida flowed with peace and rhythm, but far beyond its glowing walls. Storms of ambition were already gathering. Paradise was never meant to last. In Poseida, words were rarely spoken. The Atlanteans shared thoughts, instantly, perfectly, through a vast network of crystal energy known as the mind net. It linked every soul to every other. Knowledge, emotion, memory, all flowed like light through the air. One mind could feel another's joy, see another's dreams, even hear the silent hum of the planet itself. For centuries, it brought unity and peace. No lies, no secrets, no war, until something changed. Fear entered the network. Ambition, jealousy, power, and the harmony that once connected them began to fracture. The crystals gave life to Atlantis. But power always demands more power. As the mind net fractured, a new faction rose within the great cities. Those who believed the crystals were not gifts of the gods, but tools to command the world. They built weapons of light, machines that bent storms, and towers that reached for the heavens. The high priests warned them, energy without balance will consume its source. But their warnings were ignored. The glow of Atlantis grew brighter, and beneath that brilliance, a shadow began to spread, in the hearts of those who sought to rule, not to serve. The earth had always breathed with Atlantis. Its tides moved to the rhythm of the crystals. Its winds carried the songs of the temples. But when the balance was broken, the planet began to awaken. Storms grew wild and endless. Lightning tore the skies over Poseida. Volcanoes roared beneath the ocean floor. Atlantean engineers tried to calm the fury. They raised shields of light, built towers to redirect the storms. But the more they fought, the stronger nature became. The crystals that once sang in harmony now screamed with uncontrolled energy. The gods were silent. The seas rose higher, and deep beneath the waves, something ancient stirred, a force older than Atlantis itself. The earth cried out, and Atlantis trembled beneath the weight of its own pride. The winds howled not in anger, but in grief. The sea rose, not to destroy, but to cleanse. And as the sky burned, the people of Poseida finally understood. Nature itself was reclaiming the balance they had broken. It began with a sound, a deep hum beneath the sea, like the heartbeat of the planet slowing down. Then the ground split. The towers of Poseida trembled. The crystal spires shattered into light. Mountains beneath the ocean burst open in fire. Flames met water. Winds howled like living spirits. The Atlanteans ran to their temples, their ships of light rising desperately into the storm. But the waves were faster. Walls of water higher than any city came crashing down, swallowing the streets, the temples, the dream of a perfect world. And in one final flash, Atlantis was gone. Only silence remained, and the endless sea above its memory.
We have to reach them! Don't look back, just run!
When the high waves were destroying city, and the storm becoming more stronger, some people managed to survive it as the keepers. Survivors, keepers of the crystal knowledge, escaped in the arcs of light, rising through the storms to distant shores. They landed in lands now known as Egypt, in the Andes, on islands that would soon vanish too. There, they taught the people the secrets of stone and star, the balance of energy and life. Temples rose again, echoes of Poseida, each one built in memory of the lost world beneath the waves. Atlantis was gone, but its spirit flowed on. In the pyramids, in forgotten symbols, in the dreams of humankind. Maybe that's why we still remember, because a part of us never left. The legend of Atlantis was never just a story.